East Preliminary first round of the NCAA Outdoor Track and Field Championships coming your way on Thursday down at North Florida in Jacksonville. And, Coach, you got 11 competitors going down this time of year. It's for all the marbles, isn't it?
This is it. It's you do it here or you're done.
Yep.
So that's the way it is, and it's always a fun meet. We have athletes that we're happy to get to regionals, and they just want to have the experience, and they know they don't have that much chance of going to nationals. And then we have others that are looking past this and trying to get to nationals.
No, last week we sent out some social media slides when each of the competitors was announced they were going to advance to the East Preliminary first round. How do you qualify for this? And is there a certain formula of how those 11 got to be able to compete this week?
They take 48, the top 48 performances of people who declare. That's where you don't quite know, because if you're in the top 48, you know you're going. But if you're 49th, there might be somebody that doesn't declare for one reason or another, particularly in, like we have Erin Edmond go, and she was in the 50s somewhere, and she in the 400 meters. But some of the people who run the fast 400 are better 200 runners, and they don't want to run the 400. Or they might even be a really good 800 runner who drops down and gets a time in the 400. Or they could be injured. So if you're somewhere in the top 50 some or even 60, I remember Jen Klug got in with a 77th ranking in a 1500 one time. But the top 48 that declare from the schools that are in the eastern half of the country basically are the ones that will be competing there.
How about Ednah Kurgat in the 5K? She's the number 2 seed.
That's
and
right.
Has a pretty good chance of maybe bringing home at least a regional crown and maybe moving on to Eugene.
Well, you can't really get a regional crown because there's going to be 2 sections. Yeah. She'll run in one of them, and she has to run as one of the top 5. And there's not a lot of point of being better than 5th. Usually everybody tries to position themselves so they have a shot at it, and it's likely to be warm down there, so people won't want to be running faster than they have to, but somebody could get antsy, so they'll pick up the pace, and in the end, the top 5 that cross the line will know they're going. If you're 6th or 7th, you might get in on time depending on what the other heat does. So it's kind of unusual. It's an advancement kind of thing. It's like the Olympic Games when you're doing the first round. You're not trying necessarily to win. You just want to do what it takes to go to the next round. Because if you do your maximum performance every single time, by the time you get to the last round, you usually don't have a maximum left.
Some of the athletes going down on Tuesday and others later in the week, what does it take to prepare for types of these events? And have any of the competitors been on that facility down in North Florida before?
Yeah, some of them have been there before, but a track is a track. It's a good facility. I don't think that'll play too much of a role. The weather is the one question mark because it's supposed to get warm here this weekend. So down there will be likely to be even warmer. But all the athletes that are going are pretty experienced athletes, so those things shouldn't be. I don't worry about those things too much. It's more a case of just trying to hit a good performance. And in things like we got a couple guys in the triple jump, they only get 3 jumps because usually they get 6, but here you get 3 jumps. So we won't be taking any safe jumps. Usually I like the first jump to be even behind the board or on the back of the board, and then the next one maybe mid-board, and then the last one you're trying to use everything because if you foul, they don't measure it. But here, the guys will be going for 3 big jumps, and they'll be risking fouling even right from the beginning. So, but if they jump 50 feet, it's not going to be worth anything. So it's all or nothing.
How about in these types of events, going to the, basketball tournament or a football playoff and say, hey, that's the game I want to watch? Does it change year to year with track competitions of, wow, this is the race or this is the meet or this is the particular competition we need to watch? Is it something special about 2016 or is it pretty much the same year in, year out?
Yeah, the one thing that works against regionals is everybody's there for one purpose, to get a qualifier. Nobody is there to try to show how good they are. And that kind of plays down to, they call it the NCAA first round, and people are interested in the final round, right, not the first round. So it's not a great spectator event. The crowds usually don't come out as much for that as they would for a national championship, but it's part of it because there's so many track and field people and there's so many good ones. They want to have an opportunity to get to the major competition by competing against other people. And this gives an opportunity for a lot of people to compete. 48 competitors in every single event means usually they'll have, well, if it's an 8-lane track, they'll have 6 heats, and there'll be an advancement procedure, and then they'll run again in an advancement procedure. Those 12 then will go to nationals.
How about the schedule for 11 athletes? Do they overlap for you, and how, or if not, are you able to see all 11 compete?
It's a 3-day meet, and the throw is what takes really long. You know, sometimes a throwing competition can take 4 hours, and you might be in the third heat, and so you're trying to figure out what time it'll even go, because it might start at 1 o'clock, but you're in the third flight, I should say, and so you don't want to be sitting out there in the sun from when it starts. A lot of those kind of challenges you deal with, logistics, but you learn.
We certainly do, Coach. Congratulations again on a great Big South outdoor season, and good luck to the 11 competitors coming up this week.
Thank you very much.
That's head track coach Brant Tolsma. Don't forget, Thursday, the first round preliminary of the East region down at North Florida. 11 different Liberty competitors will be competing.